Hello, everyone, and welcome to this episode of Papses in the Spin Room. This week, I say every week, but we've been off for a while. I'm joined by Papi. Paps, how are we doing, Paps?
I'm doing very well, as a matter of fact. We're changing the camera while we're shooting, which is quite exciting. Well, I'm doing really well. I'm happy that we're back. You know, I was struggling without Papses in my life.
Oh, did you miss me?
I did, and I did miss also being so on top with facts. Because even though you love politics, if you're running your podcast, if you're a part of Papses, then you're looking into this more. You like it, but you have to. And then with life is so busy, I'm just losing the touch of how I can laugh at the world leaders. And we don't want to become rusty in that discipline because this is our favorite one.
Exactly. Well, for me, it's almost the opposite. Because especially after I record an episode, I'm like, okay, done. I need a news-free day or two, and then catch up later. But since we've been off, I've been monitoring situations, just something that the boys love to do.
Wow.
If I could have 5 screens in front of me monitoring situations, I would.
Okay, is that a little suggestion that you want to invest in 5 screens here? Listen, please.
Yeah, we'll have a proper newsroom.
Bring them all in. But yeah, speaking about the new newsroom, not many people know that we actually moving to the new newsroom.
Yes.
So it will be quite different from what we see right now. It will be better quality.
Mm-hmm.
It will be a new background, which is kind of the same theme, but we're going to be able to design it. It's going to be all very studio vibe.
Yeah, well, it's going to be my old office. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
Listen, it depends the way you look at it. It's treated as your new office.
Yes, it'll be my new office. We'll keep it like that.
So Paps.
In terms of the news, I don't know, it's been a bit quiet.
Nothing's really happened.
Not much has happened.
You know what? I'm really grateful for Middle East being all nice and chill.
Yeah. No, even Trump took a step back. Nothing really is happening.
Yeah, I mean,
so we've struggled to find these headlines,
but we scrubbed something from the bottom of the news agents.
Yeah. So the first story, I think, is the story that everyone is expecting us to talk about, which we are calling Ayatollah. The war that's not a war in Iran. The regime change that is not regime change, but
you know that some people are going to kill us for this little tweak on the name of.
100%. Well, not the original Ayatollah.
So you know where to find us. If you're a serial killer, you actually know where to find us. We left traces.
Then we are going to talk about the story that I guess is the reason why there's a war, the Epstein files. I did not have relations with that man, the Clintons, and the deposition. We will then talk about...
This is so good. Again, guys, we had a break, so you might not know, but I'm not aware of these headlines before here, so I'm actually... I'm equally shocked and entertained.
We're going to then move back to the UK, where we're going to talk about the bye-bye Keir election. Gorton Denton, of course. And to finally talk about back to Europe, we're going to talk about the goal and the gumption. France goes nuclear.
Wow.
I know. Scary.
Wow.
But let's start from the beginning. First of all, we've got the headline from The Guardian. Trump administration has still not settled on reasons for going to war with Iran.
Yeah, and the second one is he's no Winston Churchill blasts Trump in brutal attack on dithering. I need to get a little bit more flexible here. Keir as Iran rift deepens.
And then there's the last one, which is just from the Daily Mail, just because
you couldn't let it go.
I couldn't let it go.
Jeez.
I'm trapped and under attack in Dubai. Well, back home in Chichester, my daughters are furious, the Labradoodles are sick, and worst of all, I left my Manjaro pen in the fridge.
It's a little bit of a poetry in this headline.
Oh, it's the people who are really suffering from the war.
It's like they're working in Daily Mail. I heard about it.
It's all these influencers who are just trying to get back. I mean, the UK government is not really helping them because they went to this tax-free place and all they want is a little bit more money from the government to help them move back to the UK.
And it's also, I just would like to say, right, that we are all crying about people being killed in mass graves or, worrying about the bombs and stuff. But what about equal TikTok for everyone?
Yes.
There are things with different priorities, and this is definitely at the top. I agree. Daily Mail caught the essence.
The essence. Reopen the golf courses in the UAE. That's what I say.
Okay, so basically we're laughing, but this is quite a terrible situation.
It is. It's basically a little bit of the beginning of potentially World War III.
Some people say that it's actually an interesting debate. Some people say that it's already there. I'm saying the difference between this and World War is that they are actually disconnected from each other. So the wars which are happening right now, they are not connected to each other like it was in the First World War and especially Second World War. It's not one global conflict. There are many local conflicts. What do you think?
I mean, I think that if it wasn't the US, but a country like Russia or China who did what Trump did, it would have been called World War III.
Oh, but it would that still have characteristics of World War II, or would be just called because the American press releases are just maybe a little bit more powerful?
I do think they're all connected, but these conflicts in the area. But I think, I mean, it is a very Eurocentric view, but I think it's because a lot of Europe is not involved. It's not World War III.
Oh, mate, do you live in Europe? I would never guess.
Come on, it's always us that starts it, right?
If anyone asks me, Poland is geographically center of the world.
It depends on your map, right?
Exactly. So, but the thing is, like, you touch on something very important. So you said if Russia and or China would do something like that, it would be called World War III. So this is interesting twist because the whole interesting observation from this war is that Russia and China didn't do anything in response.
Exactly. I mean, yeah, because China, I mean, my view on this is that China and Russia are transactional allies with Iran. So why do business with a failing regime?
It's true, but if you think about it, like for instance, a lot of the missiles are bought from Iran by Russia. So by kind of doing this attack, US is also weakening the supplies and directly affecting the condition of Russia in a Ukrainian conflict.
Yes. And also the fact that a lot of the anti-drone equipment bought by the US for this conflict is the irony of it all from Ukraine itself.
And that's how the loop is done.
Yeah.
We're back at the square one.
Yeah, which is actually something we talked about on this podcast a few months ago now. The fact that Ukraine military capabilities have increased so much, especially when it comes to anti-drone, that they're the leaders in the world for this. That's why the US is buying them now. And it's also funny that, you know, the US has all these very expensive missiles and ultra technological, but they're getting, basically they're having issues that Iran is able to create so many drones from spare lawnmower parts so cheap and make them so quickly that the US is now struggling. Well, you never hear this from Trump. It's best war in the world, some say. But
of course,
yeah.
Another war he finished.
Yeah, of course.
It barely started, but it's already kind of he's seeing the end of it, and he's saying, "Okay, Cubans, now I'm gonna come and free you,
I mean,
you want it or not."
The best thing about this is that, well, we didn't start the war; they did because they said death to America.
Yeah, of course, but because they're not buying enough Pepsi Cola.
Exactly. I mean, but we're talking about a lot of things, but I mean, is it a war? Technically,
well, I would say it's definitely a war. The whole conversation sparked with if it's a World War III. I think it's a war, and you know, I mean, like ask all the people who are living on these lands. I think they're gonna tell you it's a war, and they are the only reliable source of information. But the thing is that you know if you're so why it started pretty much because the Iran is the only real threat to Israel. So if Iran would attack Israel, with or without atomic bombs, without US support, Israel wouldn't stand. Okay? And this is the only country in the Middle East where something like that is possible. Now, what are the repercussions? Because what we can see is attack on Azerbaijan. We can see the symbol of progress and the top league player, which is Saudi, which is the sail building. It has been set on fire. Nothing, crazy. No one died. It's just on the outer layer of the building. You just have to
just avoid that bit.
Avoid that bit. But on the other side, if
you're fine. Pool, beautiful views.
Of course. So it's it's literally going all over the Middle East. So
now you say that this started because they've got the nukes and all that, but last year there was a so-called 12-day war that Trump basically bombed all the nuclear bunkers, bases, whatever they want to say. Oh, obliterated. It will take them years to restart the nuclear program. So, is he lying now, or did he lie before?
No, I think I think it's more complex in the way that the long distance missiles, which can be used, which can go to all the Middle East and even Europe, um, they've been produced by uh, Iran, by this nuclear kind of plants and those, I don't know how to call it, the big buildings when they were doing the crazy deadly stuff, But
The mad scientist.
and I think the mad scientist Dexter. But then at the same time, and that's what Americans were referring to. But the short reach missiles, they have plenty of them. They have more than whole the rest of the Middle East altogether, and that's how where the war is at right now. It's a short distance. The short distance missiles, they can still reach Israel. So I think it's a bit of a complex situation. But before we're gonna speak about what actually happened in Iran and who is that and who is replacing that,
Yes.
I just wanted to kind of wiggle back to, we were talking about Russia, but what about involvement of China? Why China? Why they're not pumping millions into this business?
Because why would they? Like, it reminds me of that meme when the boss texts you like, "Oh, we're really understaffed tonight," and they're like, and you reply, "Yeah, that sucks, bro. Good luck."
Yeah, see you
It's,
tomorrow.
it's a little bit like that in the sense of why would China get involved? I mean, the foreign policy of China for the last, I don't know, at least 2-3 years has been, I'm gonna stay out of it. You guys are kind of burning yourselves down by yourselves.
Yeah,
I'm gonna stay out of all of this.
exactly.
And also, if you're too distracted doing something over there, you might not see what I'm doing over here.
Exactly. And actually, Taiwan people, they want me to
Yeah,
introduce Chinese.
yeah, you're right, Taiwan. How you
Yeah,
doing?
Don't check at the source. Our
Yeah.
sources are
Yeah.
good enough. Well, it's interesting, but it's also, I think what China is actually doing is avoiding conflict. They are having their own internal problems, but when the Iran is bombed and decapitated, so let's say, they're gonna be supplying them with the money. They're gonna just buy their influences in it, unless Americans gonna try to. But I think that the conflict is so fiery that then the US just need to go for a war. They cannot count on actually have an influence on what is going to happen after. They are not their allies, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Cannot be further than. So what?
I mean, speaking of allies,
Oh yeah.
I mean, you said first of all, it's we talked about if it's a war, it's not. It didn't go through the UN Council, it didn't go through Congress, so technically not a war. It's just a special military operation, which brings us another conflict in Europe.
I heard that narrative somewhere.
Yeah.
You know.
But
Pig. Yeah.
where are the US's friends?
Well, I think US friends are is Israel, and that's well,
that's the only friend they need, really.
So Trump is cuddling Bibi, and Bibi is snugging Trump, and this is exactly how they're spending their evenings.
Yeah.
But something which is interesting is US doesn't have friends in it, but Trump doesn't have friends. Because what we're seeing is we are saying MAGA being heavily against it, especially the young, conservative, highly conservative wing of MAGA. But also, I don't know if you saw, but Rubio,
yes,
and the other dude,
Little Marco, yeah, and PT,
and PT, they are also staying away from it. Because what is happening? What is happening is Trump is he's not 17 anymore.
No, no, he's not.
And also he has no more elections. But Republicans do have. And Vance and Rubio, they know that after Trump will finish his presidential run and crazy run, they will still be in politics in their prime time.
Yeah.
So you cannot see them speaking about it. Which
It's
is interesting because they're cracking from the inside.
It is very also because what Trump ran on and JD Vance ran on are no more forever wars and let's bring down oil prices. You've started a war in Iran, and because of that, the gas prices have gone up. So basically, that's what JD Vance wants to really stay away from that. Even the whole Venezuela situation, he stayed away from that. The only people we really see during these press conferences are Pete Hegseth. Oh, he's been doing some weird raps lately. Like, where.
So do you think he might be the candidate against Bad Bunny?
Oh, that's the halftime show I would watch.
Yeah.
But even Trump seems distracted. I remember the first time he spoke at the White House since the military intervention started.
Mm.
He said, "Yeah, we've started this conflict. The Ayatollah seems like he's going to be dead. Have you seen these gold curtains? And you know what's behind these curtains? A beautiful ballroom, the best in the world, some say. So he can't even stay focused on it.
No, he's just focusing on priorities.
But his international friends,
Yeah.
the rest of NATO or the people he has got special relationships with, they're staying out of this too. Spain has outright said this is illegal. We want nothing to do with this. France is saying, guys, let's chill. Come on.
Yeah.
It's sitting in their cock chairs. Guys, please stop.
Yeah. What about the golf courses again?
Yeah, where the golf? Let's open the golf courses. And Keir Starmer as well. He's got the Keir Starmer position. He's saying, no, we're not getting involved, but we're helping a little bit, but not too much. We'll give you an air carrier, but it's broken.
Do you think that Keir Starmer is trying to be trying to get Swiss passport? He's trying to be as neutral as possible.
Oh, I think he's got the honorary neutral passport already. It's was it the day after Keir Starmer said his Keir Starmer position? Trump was on the phone to the Telegraph. I think it was to the Daily Express as well, saying, "Yeah, he's no Winston Churchill. He's a loser. Special relationship. I don't think it's there anymore." Basically, firing
not
shots at
not sugarcoating this guy.
No, definitely not. But I don't know. What do you think is? Are you more? Do you think the most correct or more diplomatic response is saying outright, "No, this is illegal," like Spain has, or find a middle position like your Starmer, or go full in, help them out?
You see, in my opinion, staying away from it and even being firm about like not supporting this case is safe simply because Israel has enough bad reputation. Like it's justified that you don't want to be involved with whatever Israel is doing. And I'm going to tell you, for instance, the Venezuelan attack, the voices about this being illegal or being wrong were not that loud. And it's in a public opinion, there is no scar on Trump's, or at least it's not that big on Trump's face, because simply it happened immediately without anyone who might be considered as a positive figure being dead. That's it. The problem is exactly what happened with Clinton. Everyone loved Clinton unless the Balkan conflict happened. He dropped the bombs, too many people died, it got too messy, so someone had to be charged with it, and it was him. So right now, it depends how long it's going to be that conflict and how bloody going to be that conflict. Because in the war between Israel and Palestine, there was no as direct attack by Americans as it is right now. You cannot clean your hands. You cannot say we're just supporting. No. You are the guys who are bringing up the heavyweight.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
But also, I feel like it depends. So the narrative for this war has never been said, and that's about the first headline we said, that they haven't said what the real reason for it yet. Like, if you think about Iraq, there were like weeks and months of this is why we're doing it. 9/11. You've got the weapons of mass destruction, etc. This time they just went in and said, "Oh, it's not really a war. Oh, but the Iranian regime is so terrible. They're about to attack us." So, even and that creates sort of a backlash, PR-wise, against Trump. Like, I was listening to this podcast. It was a comedy one that said, the Ayatollah Soleimani, he is not a nice guy. I think everyone can agree that. So how is it that that Trump attacks and kills that guy, and Trump is still the bad guy? You need to create a narrative, and that's why everyone has not been helping out. In the Iraq War, I think there were 49 countries helping out the US.
Yeah, because the narrative is different, my friend.
Now you've got two.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a very good point. It's what a remarkable analysis.
We had weeks of monitoring situations.
Yeah. See, all our researchers were on that case.
My 5 screens were all.
Yeah, if we would take our team, we could easily create an army which would sort it out. Sort out this conflict.
We would definitely create a sensible narrative for the military intervention, which is not a war.
No.
It's military intervention.
It's a Papses intervention.
Yes.
Okay, so let's move on because as we expected, this topic took us a lot of time, but we have to. I know you wanted to go deeper, but let's
No,
go.
we'll move on. We'll move on.
Okay, so I'm going with the first one. So our headline is I did not have relations with that man, Clinton and Epstein. So I just want to say that it's even funnier because you can see here that he also claimed that he had no, actually she was claiming that she had no relationship with him. So basically Bill Clinton, even though he's retired, his full-time job is to claiming who he had sexual relationship or not. And it's, it's a heavy.
Do you think his favorite song is Shag It? Wasn't me.
I think so. He was the inspiration. And I think the actual headlines is the first one from the News International, which says he was really reminiscing. Clinton speaks reactions after being caught smiling and Epstein photos.
And Reuters had the headline, Hillary Clinton slaps table over leaked Epstein deposition photo.
Right. So let's just build a context. So we're not going to be talking about Clinton being in files of Epstein because we all know that. I think it was the most often mentioned politician, like him and Prince Andrew, I believe.
And well, Trump is the most one. But.
Yeah, but no. I mean, like the ones which were exposed.
Yeah.
The one which were brought to the public eye. So we're not talking about that. We're talking about the trial, about the hearing which happened. Mm-hmm. And basically everyone is talking about it because even though Clinton doesn't have Parkinson diagnosed, he was still shaking. Maybe it was cold. Maybe it was AC.
Yes. Every time there was a question, Bill Clinton was drinking. Like, oh God, what's next?
Yeah. So he has ass on fire. I'm kind of dreaming about maybe something like the imprisonment, like in a Sarkozy's case.
Yeah.
What do you reckon? That would be groundbreaking.
Someone needs to be jailed in the US because still no one has, apart from Epstein's dead and Maxwell is in prison, but that's about it. Right. I mean, one thing I do is to say is that sure, if Bill Clinton was shaking, Hillary was not. Hillary was cool as a cucumber until.
But it's because of you think it's because of the divorce, and she's very clear about like her position towards hubby's little pool.
I mean,
sessions.
Let's put it this way: it wouldn't be the first time that she found out that Bill was a naughty boy.
Yeah, the only problem is that on these pictures we can see the girl massaging him, the girl in the pool with him, and she, unlike Monica Lewinsky, was at the questionable age.
Yes, because there was an email that said that Bill likes him young. It says, "Well, what do you mean by young?" I said, "Well, is an intern young?" Yes.
Wow.
So, do you like him young? Oh, well, I mean. I don't know.
I'm not asking that question. Regardless, I just think that he might be in the. Do you think that he might be in? Because it's also, we just want to say as well that on one hand he volunteered to testify, but also from what I know, he didn't have that much of a choice. It wasn't completely. It wasn't completely like I'm not feeling like going for a walk. I'm feeling like going to court.
Yeah, like I'm doing voluntary work. Court mandated, but it's voluntary work.
Exactly. I've decided I'm going to turn into a better man. But then, okay, so he was shaking. His explanations were not really solid because he was saying that he didn't have any contact with those poor young ladies. But apparently everyone knows, and photographer knows that he...
Yeah, I mean, I think the only times where he seemed happier was when he was reviewing the evidence. And he started smiling, and the lawyers started taking away the photos. No.
Oh yeah,
show me a little bit more.
Yeah. He loves to come back with the memories to his bad old days.
He was even asked about the painting of him wearing Monica Lewinsky's dress.
Yeah,
and even there, like he was kind of smiling, like, "Oh, Jeff, how he was?" But he said, "No, I don't know why he did it.
I wasn't sitting in.
I didn't pose for it."
Yeah, AI, right?
Yeah, it's AI.
But okay, so he's in trouble. We'll see how big the troubles are because the hearing literally happened just before we recorded. But then, what is Hillary?
Hillary. I mean, I think Hillary's fine. I mean, she got angry over this leaked photo during the heat,
and she almost stormed out from the closet.
She did until they called her back.
Yeah.
And it was because she asked for a public hearing, so with press involved, just to basically push the fact that some Republicans are there too. and they did a closed door one, and then Lauren Boebert, which is very MAGA woman. Some people do call her the Karen of Congress.
Right. So that's interesting label. Yeah.
She tweeted a photo mid-hearing. The Hillary's lawyer tells her, and she said, "Wow, that's enough. You can call me in contempt until the horse comes back," and just leaves. Which she was like really angry at Lauren Boebert. Which it made me smile because, like, Hillary Clinton, say what you want. She is an experienced politician. She's got
She's
the
got
word that we have to say at every episode. She's got the
No,
castañas.
she's got the castañas. Oh, my friend, she has bigger castañas than a lot of people.
Yeah, and it felt like her like a teacher telling off a student, like you don't know what you're talking about. You have no experience. This is not how you do things. I'm off.
Yeah, I think it's also as we can guess that she knew about her hubby going crazy for recent years. I think this is kind of a big hit as well because there is exposed to everyone that their marriage is a joke, that he was being naughty left and right, being gross left and right, most likely. And also the guy who defeated her in presidential run, which was close call, he's right now basically at the top of the game, and she's a part of the hearing while he was not even called for that. So I think that's quite frustrating.
Yeah, the one win that Hillary Clinton did get, and it's in the public domain, it's official, is that they did mention that Jeffrey Epstein sent an email that said that Hillary Clinton looked better, was prettier in person. And she replied, "Yeah, I can confirm that."
Nice.
So well done, Hillary.
Yeah. Good points for you. Yeah. Well, okay, so we'll see how it's gonna go down. Now I think we should jump to another one.
Okay.
Bye here election and the Telegraph. It says deprivation and segregation. Gorton and Denton is a dismal preview of the future of broken Britain.
And the Sun has the headline, "Why the Greens' ugly, grabby, and divisive by-election win was a catastrophe for all of us, not just Keir Starmer."
I want to say that I think what Paps started with fat shaming generals. Now it's coming to you.
Oh, it is.
Yeah,
It is.
Sorry, the fact that you're vegan doesn't mean that you're ugly, okay? Can you please be more strict than okay? We're also pretty.
I mean, where to start? So this is Gorton and Denton by-election, area just near Manchester. Labour, very, very safe seat. The results were Greens number 1, Reform number 2, Labour number 3.
So it's not even a second poll.
I mean, Conservatives were like third or fourth or fifth. So like,
Forget about
that.
Yeah. So wait. So Tories are doing great.
Tories were great. They actually they went up, if anything. No, this is probably the worst result for everyone involved, except for the Greens.
For Greens is the best result because I honestly didn't think that they're gonna be that easily getting some seats.
Oh, I don't know, because this Zach Balansky
Zach Balansky
has really turned things around.
Yeah, I know, but it's still there's Greens they're often not taken seriously. They're thinking, okay, they're great. We love our Avon toast. The whole Hackney is voting for them.
Yeah.
But then can they rule the country? It's not practical.
Well,
some people would say. I'm not saying
no, but that is a very good point, because the Greens now are positioning themselves as sort of the populist eco-socialists, right?
Yeah.
So, they want to decriminalize all drugs. They want to have, a big tax to rich system. They want, sort of stop and maybe roll back on privatization, which is very, very left populist positions.
Yeah.
But if you keep doing that, then you do lose your Hackney middle class environmentalists.
It's true, but then at the same time, with the global politics going definitely towards right wing, they have no choice of other than grabbing those which are literally on the left. What they're doing right now is they're hunting for Labour voters. They're not expecting to win next elections, but they're expecting to be third party.
I think they're on the route to become second.
If they're going to be second, that's a historical success.
100%.
Because that would mean that they are taking voters of Labour. Although, I don't know about that. I think Keir is cooked. And I think the left wing will have to definitely, the Labour will have to do the coalition with Green. But unfortunately, I don't think Green going to be strong enough yet. Because, unfortunately, on the second position, we have Reform, which is going like
Yeah, it's going
Cameraman.
crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, it's interesting you said the coalition because, I mean, two things I wanted to say was the first one is that there was a poll from the New Statesman. So obviously, a new result, you just look for the poll you like. But it did say that Labour is losing more seats, more voters from the progressive side than the right wing side. So for every 10 voters that you lose to Reform,
Yeah.
you're losing 16 to Greens, which is crazy.
Which is crazy, yeah.
And also the other thing I wanted to mention about the coalition is that Zach Polanski has said, I'm happy to do a coalition with the Labour Party, but not if Keir Starmer is in charge because of what he said about Gaza. And the Gaza situation is one of the many reasons why Gorton Denton went to the Greens, because it does have a big Muslim population. And so a lot of the things were hammering on that. Interestingly, they are the first party in the world, I think, that during an election printed out leaflets and manifestos in Hindi.
Oh, really?
Trying to going towards the well, sort of Indian, but also even an Arabic population, which I thought it should be something that happens, right?
I mean, like, I think what you're catching there is not that many voters, but the chances that you're gonna catch them are huge. If someone who knows the language and identifies with the culture will read it, and also I think a lot of people who even don't speak the language, they are appreciating, because that's the very cheap low hanging fruit, how to show that you're actually standing for what you're saying.
Yeah.
So hey, well done.
Compared to what the Gordon was running on, which was Reform was saying that basically if we come in place, no church will become a mosque.
Okay, that's a bit
something that wasn't happening anyway, but you want to put it in law.
Yeah. Because you see, but it's interesting because now it means that equivalent of Green, right? But even more, because more extremists to the right than Green to the left, Reform actually can shake the ground, can win it, even though they're saying obscure things every now and then. You know, and they're not this minority, which might be the coalition with, and we're gonna take a few seats, but nothing more than that. They're actually becoming the strong arm.
Yeah.
Okay.
So last thing I want to say, just I did more, and I'm gonna take over the whole episode over this.
Yeah.
Just want to talk a tiny bit about the MP that they get elected, the Green Party candidate.
But are you sharing the opinion that it's she is ugly, grubby, and divisive?
Oh, 100%.
Oh la la.
No, she is.
Papses are very
No, she is very young. She is pretty. Not that that's her. That's
why you're not helping yourself.
Let's start again. Hannah Spencer, MP for Gorton and Denton, Green Party.
That's correct.
She is, I think she's in her 30s. She's a plumber and plasterer. Became a plasterer during the campaign, like 2 weeks before she got elected. And during
what a jackpot.
Yeah.
Elected and being a plumber.
Exactly.
And being 34.
You got all the jobs.
God damn.
And I find it was very cute when during her second speech after she got elected, she said, "Oh, I might need to make some calls to my clients and cancel all the jobs because I need to go to Westminster."
Exactly.
Which is really cool.
I would like her more if she would cancel Westminster.
Yeah.
So, to fix the pipe.
A vote. I've got the boiler to fix. But I think it is important to see a trajectory where maybe we stop having lawyers and bankers as MPs and more normal people like plumbers, plasterers, actors in Zach Polanski.
Zach Polanski, Zelensky.
Or Zelensky, Trump.
They're all actors.
They're all actors.
Well, I don't know. That's interesting call. Let's see how she performs, because I believe it's also how she gonna act right now and over I'm not even saying how she gonna be performing when she gonna be right in the house, but I'm talking about even the upcoming weeks, her reactions. How she gonna start sort of tidying up her place, her new role. That's also, I think, gonna directly affect how about the other elections, simply because the Green Party hasn't been tested in the field. So people are giving the sort of credit of trust, but we don't know if people, like as you say, not bankers, like in her case, right, not lawyers, how they're gonna perform, how they're gonna act, and if they're gonna if she's gonna get some extra points. I think that can help also other candidates from the Green Party. What do you think?
I think it's right, and But also the point, I think the point of democracy is that they're representative of the people, of the
Right.
constituency. And given that I mean, the UK is very class aware, if we want to put it like that, and we want to change, and that's what Keir Starmer says, even though he ran on change and still no change. Um, we want a change of also maybe of our representatives, and maybe the people do want more normal people, not just
Mm,
those people, and
mm.
maybe in also how they think about policy might change because it's normal people. That's why the Labour Party was elected, because it was the most was it the cabinet was the most with council house background. It was
Yeah.
the Keir Starmer's dad was a tool maker, as he kept going on about. It didn't reflect back in policy, but the Greens, maybe it will.
Maybe it will. We are keeping our fingers crossed because despite I've read this thing like that. Despite if I vote for them or not, I think with the current political situation, we need a bit of a shakeup.
Hmm.
Whoever is doing the shakeup, unless they are crazy, go for it.
Yeah, and this might represent the end of the two-party system, as we've been saying, but this is just a bit of more proof that maybe it's up 5 parties now.
Yeah, but it's also maybe because I think even though Labour would lose and wouldn't be the second in command, I still think they won't go as crazy bad as Tories want.
Oh God.
And I think they're still going to be kind of the quite powerful house, even though they're not going to be too even.
Yeah. Who knows? Who knows?
Okay, and then is that our last topic today?
We've got France.
Yeah.
The goal and the gumption. So first headline from France 24 is to be free, we have to be feared. Macron says in keynote nuclear speech.
And now the Chatham House says Macron's nuclear weapons offered to Europe. Gaullis policy updated for a more unstable world.
Mm-hmm.
So what? So I have a certain opinion about it. What do you do about? Please, sure, my friend.
I mean, this is a win for Trump, I guess. That's what he's been asking for. Europe step up, and France has stepped up.
Yeah, but I think the biggest winner is Europe that is getting stronger.
Yeah.
Trump is winning as a enforcing certain ideas. But it's, to be honest, out of many things what Trump is doing, I think that's a positive. Make Europe stronger, because we need to defend ourselves.
Yeah. No, I mean, I'm not saying that Trump won. I'm saying he won the argument.
He won the argument. I, on the other hand, thinking that this is more fugazi and PR than the actual impact. I'm going to tell you why.
Mhm.
They are planning to open another 6 reactors over the next 10 years until 2035, right over the next 9 years. They have already 57 reactors,
Mhm.
and they didn't build any reactor for decades. What does it mean? It means that before Chernobyl tragedy, where the whole bad marketing spilled out around nuclear reactors, France was top leader in the development of how many nuclear reactors and bombs they have. Right? After Chernobyl, they stopped building. But the fact that they have 57, it means that the jump which they are doing right now, it's poquito compared to how it was before. It's small, it's slow, but it's pumped like it's a big thing. The truth is that looking back in time, they did a good move. We even read the statistic before the show that the megawatt is 68 pounds, while in UK is 169. But compared to the whole potential which they have right now, the 6 is just 6 out of 63 in total, less than 10%. Although they also announced that they're gonna speed up and intensify their production in already reactors they have built, and I think maybe that's a big step. I just what do you think?
I mean, that maybe in terms of the nuclear energy capabilities, sure, maybe it's not that much of a jump. But I think in terms of nuclear weapon capability, is a bit of a jump. Like it's going to be basically Europe's version of the Iron Dome or the Golden Dome in Israel and the US. It's their deterrent, basically. And the fact that France is doing it not only for themselves, but also for all of its allies around them, I think is a way to, whether the context is Iran, whether the context is Russia, it's a way of saying, okay, we're stepping up here. Funny enough, he did announce it on the day that the Iranians got struck for the first time. So this was planned all along before they even knew about Iran.
Yeah. No, because the tendency and the kind of the clear messages from Trump will kind of make them think, okay. And it's also, I just want to say that this is very lucky incident for Macron, because he can sign off this as his success if he's gonna do it right.
Mhm.
That when the election will come in France, which we know is gonna be a hot, gonna be a hot topic, then you're gonna say, hey, but safety now, hey?
Yeah.
There is Uncle Putin who I was talking on the phone last year. Okay, right now he's not picking up the calls. He's dropping bombs instead of
Yeah. I mean, but I do need the one thing I will say is that the speech he gave is like beautiful.
Yeah,
Was
but
it to be free, we have to be feared, and to be feared, we need to be powerful. Oh,
look at
oh,
this guy.
oh, talk to me more, Mr. Macron.
And there is another actor on the stage. You see, so yeah. It's I've read it as well. It was long and it was quite another piece of poetry.
Yeah, hi, Manuel.
Manuel. So yeah, I mean, like we'll see what about that. That definitely gonna also motivate the other countries because there was a whole debate in UK about like is a UK capable of that?
No.
And they said, of course, we are in theory if we're gonna put the two and two together. But still, the army budget they're putting what 2.5 GDP with the
In the next 10 years.
in the next 10 years, which is a bit of a problem. But then Germany said we want nuclear bomb, and with our resources we're able to have one lock and loaded in 3 years. No one would ever think that it's gonna be.
I don't think they're gonna let them. Germany and Germany and army.
But what are you suggesting that there's coincidence?
I mean.
So you're Canadian, not Italian now. Okay.
Yeah, now I'm Canadian.
Okay, I can see where you're coming from. You see, me as a Pole, I never thought that as a Polish man gonna be like, okay, he's Germany, maybe your weapon continue.
Yeah, we need their help. But you said about the UK. So the UK does have nuclear weapons, as we know, Trident program.
See,
it's mostly in submarines that not even Keir Starmer knows the locations of these submarines.
Bro, Keir Starmer doesn't know.
He doesn't know.
He doesn't know location of his office. He's not spending there too much time judging of what he's saying. He's not reading the paperwork they're leaving on his desk.
The only problem with Trident is a lot of its capability is dependent on the US. So say the US goes crazy. Say they get the megalomaniac authoritarian guy who wants all of his allies to be enemies. The US can't really do much. The UK can't do much without the US.
Yeah.
France, however, can.
France, however, can because they're producing their own. Because we have to understand, and everyone who is watching us, and I know it's millions of you, is that basically the new planes, which the whole Europe is using right now, except the French ones, are American ones, and they are like flying computers. If they're not going to put the code in US somewhere in the dark office, then we cannot even lift them off the ground. While France is saying hello with our nuclear, engines.
We got you, bro. Don't worry.
So that's interesting, but that's definitely not something that is happening right now. We were talking about the next 10 years, while war is happening right here, right now.
Oh no, not here, over there, but right now.
Yeah, I mean, like right here as a Europe. You know what I mean? When we were talking about the
Oh yeah, Ukraine is still happening, guys. That's
yeah. So even those things which are happening every day, they're still happening. So I think do we have anything like we have so many topics obviously, but do we have anything else planned for today before we're gonna go for another 9 hours?
I think I'm gonna go for a cigarette soon, but
did you get stressed over this episode?
It's been a lot, guys. It's been a lot.
As your head's a little bit like a Clinton head.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
That's a new phrase, Clinton heads. Well, Paps, I wanted to thank you for today's episode.
It's been a pleasure. Good to chat to you again after our break.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure. Guys. Good to see you after a break. I think we are not as rusty as I thought we would be.
Still got it, baby. Still got it.
Guys, thank you so much. Watch us everywhere. And see you next week.
See you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.